Ruthie from FS Securities. We are an education and information firm on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia. And every morning I go through what happened overnight in the financial markets and try to forecast what we may likely see this coming days and weeks. I show you how traders and investors can make money on trading and investing on the stock market. I'll show you what is hot and what is not, and what you should hold and what you should fold. And by the way, if you like the presentation, we would really appreciate if you can give us some feedback. So review it, rate it, and share it if you like. Okay, let's start with what happened overnight. We can see that the market in America was up 115 points or 0.4%, and the other two indices were also on the upside. The Nasdaq managed to do the best amongst the three. In Europe, the Stoxx 50 index, which comprises most major European markets, was down 0.2%. In London, the FTSE 100 index was down 0.3%. The DAX may have been closed or just flat. In Japan, the Nikkei was down 0.1 or 0.2%. And in China, the Shanghai index was up 0.5%. On our market yesterday, after the day before we lost 70 points, we gained 20 points, 19 points 3 days ago. We managed to just recover some of the losses from yesterday. We were up 0.3%, 20 points higher. And the futures, by the way, showing that the market most likely will open 26 points higher, 0.4%. Gold continues to zoom up, $38 up. When you compare from 1897 the day before, so obviously that's more than $38. That's, of course, that is that figure from this morning to last night. But when you compare and apples for apples, every morning we put the figures here. So we've had a major increase in the price of gold from yesterday morning. And silver, also very good performance, nearly $2 per ounce. This is the highest we've seen for silver for many months. And Brent oil and crude oil almost steady. The Australian dollar, 71.5, about nearly half a cent higher. And by the way, the US dollar dropped quite a bit last night. And the Australian dollar versus the euro, we're giving 60.8, slightly below yesterday morning, 55.5 British pence. Okay, now let's go to the next slide, and we see here the charts, the Dow chart weekly and the daily. And we can see that the weekly is just started one day, but you can see that overall the trend is upward. And all the indicators, 9-week over 21-week moving averages, positive, parabolic stop and reverse, those red dots below the candles, positive, and the stochastic is turning around, moving upward. That's also bullish. So I think on the weekly you can see a lot of bullish signals. On the daily we've got a green candle yesterday. However, that green candle slightly higher high and also good higher low. So that's very positive and covered the whole candle here, body, the body that's the rectangle, the red rectangle. So that's bullish. And then you're looking at the 9-day over the 21-day moving average. That's bullish. And the stochastic, on the other hand, is bearish. Parabolic stop and reverse, bullish. And those dots, the parabolic stop and reverse, are actually converging with the bottom of the candle. So that's not really very positive. We like to see the gap as high as possible. As you can see here, when the gap is higher, the market continues to go higher, and then the parabolic stop and reverse starts to go higher, and then if the market goes down, then they touch, and then those candles go above the candles, and that is bearish. On our market, that's the ASX 200, our market gauge. Excuse me. We can see that the weekly we are stuck between the 50% retracement from the high of 7,211 to the bottom that we've seen early in the year, which is 4,427. We managed to actually retrace very quickly the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement. We managed to go above the 50, and we are stuck in this area here, the 61.8 retracement from high to low, and the 50%. So I can say more or less that the support 5,800 and the resistance around the 6,150. Looking at the daily charts, the parabolic stop and reverse still bullish. Again, we're copying the American market here. We've got a bearish stochastic. That's not good. However, we can see the non-day moving average above the 21-day moving average is bullish. And that green candle yesterday, even though we rose 23 points, is not really a good sign. Obviously, what happens today, when you have an inside candle means it is lower high and upper low. So it's an in-body inside. We call that a pregnant candle. See, that's the mother and that's the baby inside the mother. So that is not treated seriously. It's discounted, and we wait to see the next candle to determine the direction. All right, okay, so we've got a lot of positive here, and we put all these indicators into a mechanical system, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. So here, the mechanical system. These are done weekly. At the end of the week, we actually give you the forecast based on the indicators on the charts. For the investor, we look at the monthly and the weekly. For the traders, we look at the weekly and the daily. And for the very aggressive trader, we look for a shorter term. And on Saturday morning, we said we are bullish on the Dow. Not for the investor, however. And the Nasdaq, by the way, started to lose a bit of momentum and gone from strongly bullish to this Saturday morning. For the conservative trader, we said be cautious. Gold on Saturday morning, we're only bullish in the morning. However, look, for every single day, we were actually, that's Thursday, Friday, and Monday. And that's what we appear this morning, Tuesday morning. So we were still bullish here. So for the long-term investor, you can actually continue to buy the gold, and obviously you'll be making some money today. Silver, the same situation. We have been recommending silver for quite a number of weeks. Okay, crude oil, little bit more strongly bullish this morning. We had two for the aggressive and the very aggressive trader, and now we are actually for the crude oil bullish for the conservative trader. Okay, now the Australian dollar, we continue to be bullish. However, we lost a bit of momentum here for the investor. Euro versus the US, you'll be making a lot of money trading Euro versus the US, and the American market, the American dollar versus Japanese yen, obviously is bearish. So you can see that the American dollar is going weaker and weaker. Okay, now let's go to our sectors. I'm going to jump over that, and I'm going to go straight to the stocks. This what happened yesterday. That's actual figures, and that's the day before. So you can actually look at the forecast and compare it with what happened over the last 2 days. Well, QBE, you can see 1.7% 2 days ago, and yesterday QBE had 1.4% rise. And on our performance, we've been actually very strongly bullish, with the exception of the investor. So you are a trader, you're in and out of the market from one week to another. And if you are a very aggressive trader, you're in and out of the market on a daily basis. We were actually bullish on QBE. So we've done well here. Now, what else? TPG, we were up 4.7%. However, yesterday we lost 1.2%. And TPG, TPM that is, we are slightly bearish, a bit less bearish this morning. West Farmers, we've done very well with West Farmers. We are West Farmers 1.1% yesterday. However, it was down 0.4%. Between the 2 days we were up, and we have a bullish indicators, actually more bullish this morning than the day before. And Woodside Petroleum bearish. However, that will probably change today. This obviously it's a wrong for some reason. I mean, the indicators not always give you a leading indication. Some of those indicators are lagging and take some time, maybe a day or two or more, to change. So again, you've got to take the good and the bad and the ugly from all these recommendations. Okay, right now, in terms of volume, yesterday the market was down, actually was up. However, there were more declines than advances, even though the market went up by 23 points, and the volume was down. The previous day, the market was up 37%, and 37% of all the stocks advanced, and we had higher volume. And these are the last 5 days, last 10 days, last 15 days, and you can see advances over declines. We're still on the upside. Okay, yesterday we look at the most active. You can see here Linus, a lithium company, went up by nearly 12%. It didn't do much the day before. QBE, it's highlighted in yellow because QBE was 1.7% higher 2 days ago, and yesterday we had another 1.4% rise. Woolworths was nearly 1% higher, and Woolworths, if I can see Woolworths, where are you, Woolworths? We were up 0.5% as well. Coles Group, 0.8% higher, and was less than 0.1% higher the day before. We highlight those stocks in yellow if they had 2 positive days. I assume the volume is important as well. Well, I'm going to show you in a minute that we scan the market for volumes, and when the volume is higher, then obviously we this is actually that's the weekly, and that's the daily. You can see here yesterday QBE, the price was up 1.4%, and this is actually the 50-day moving average. 7 million transaction per day over 50-day moving average, and yesterday we had 9.2. The price is up, the volume is up. That's positive, good sign. Newcrest Mines was nearly 5% higher, and the volume was up 39% above the average volume. On the downside, IAG, that's the Insurance Australia, and has appeared for many days, as you can see here. It appeared yesterday as well. So for 2 days in a row, IAG is down, and the volume is more than double. 6.6 million transactions per day average, and yesterday we had 15.4 million transactions. And for the aggressive trader, these are actually the companies that we have seen prices rising and volume rising. And for the downside, Bubs Australia down 4%, the volume nearly more than double. So all these slides will be on our website shortly, so go to the website and you can actually review this particular presentation. We're also putting it on YouTube. You can go to YouTube channel, FS Securities channel, and review the whole program presentation once more. So finally, the disclaimer: everything we said today is only for general advice and not for personal advice. I don't know your financial circumstances. You need to understand your own risk, whether you have a risk appetite that is large or you don't have any risk appetite at all. So before you transact or do anything that we said today, please consult with us or with your professional advisor. And if you want to talk to us, these are our details: george@fssecurities.com.au. If you're ringing from overseas, it's 61, that's the country code, 61, and you don't need the 0, 61 411 259526. That's my mobile number. If you're ringing from local area anywhere in Australia, you can text me or send me, or you could call me 0411 259526. Finally, happy trading, and I hope you make some money.